Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here with another video to entertain or assist you in becoming the better Injustice 2 player. And this video is all about how to beat Atrocitus. One of the better characters in this game, Atrocitus, is a little bit tricky. There's a couple tricks that I can teach you here to kind of avoid a little bit of his mix-ups and to kind of help deal with his trait. So the first one, I've said this a few times, so if you have watched any of my videos before, you'll know this, but just push block when he has his trait out. This string he's about to do right there, push block after the first two hits because then there's no mix-up. So if you'll see after this, then he goes into two overheads. So if you do it just before the mids, or just after the mids, and you can see his Dexter meter goes down a little bit. Now sometimes Atrocitus players will go for the low puddle in a mix-up, and they'll try and keep it safe by throwing the little kitty fireball at you. To counter this, you just do a meter burn back 3 right after you block the puddle. And you will eat the little kitty fireball and you get a full combo. That actually did decent damage. Not bad for just countering him. Now one of the most annoying mix-ups that Atrocitus has is his 4-2-2-3, because he can cancel that into the puddle and then it's a mix-up of overhead low. Now, this is a little bit tricky, but there is a way to block all of his options here, and that is to block low then high, then low then high. Now, the reason for this is if we look at his frame data here, the startup on this overhead is 23 frames, and the startup on his Blood NATO is 20 frames. So we block low first because the Blood NATO is faster and will come out, and then we block high afterwards because we'll still block the overhead. Now you can see there's a 3-frame gap there, so this is very, very tight. I've tried it myself. It's kind of difficult to do consistently, but it is an option if you want to go in the lab and try and work at it, and then that way you don't have to worry about that mix-up at all. Now he has a lot of range, so when he's in this area, I would kind of try and maybe bait him out trying to whiff a string, and try and counter with a meter burn back 3. Your meter burn, the armor will eat one of his first hits of his combos. And then you should be able to combo after that. I've done this quite a few times to try and outspace him. It is tricky and takes a little bit of fundamentals, but I think once you kind of practice it and find the space where his normals and stuff whiff, I think it'll be alright. If your character has any sort of projectile, you can use it to counter his puddle, but you must be very careful because he wins that trade every single time. So I would suggest using a projectile with a pretty quick recovery on it, something like dead shots. Firestorm's not bad, but you do have to be careful. You can't just blindly throw out projectiles or you'll open yourself up for puddle and big damage. And finally, one of Atrocitus's biggest weaknesses is any sort of an air projectile, because then he can't counter you with the puddle. Like Superman's eye lasers, for example. The low sweeping ones are very good. Supergirl's straight eye lasers are very good if you can do them in the air. If you have that option, that'd probably be your best bet against Atrocitus. But that's it guys, those are some tips to help you beat Atrocitus. I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like because it really helps me out. And subscribe because we make videos every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.
Accept your death.